Hello everybody and welcome back to Westport Independent. So last time we sold a lot of papers on the eastern factories, which is good, because that's what I was really aiming for. Wow, suspicion went up a little bit, popularity went up as well. We gained some rebel sentiment, nice. Alright, so I got mail. Let's read it. Dear editor, one of your employees, Julie, has for the last few weeks created content for your paper that can only be described as disloyal. Her frivolous behavior of jumping from nest to nest has made her lose sight of her roots. Her naive mind must be taught the position she's in. If not, punishment will fall both on your heads. Thank you, Loyalist Party, but fuck off. Dear Loyalist Lapdog, what? Your petty kissing of the president's backside last week will not be taken lightly. Get your tongue back in your mouth or it will be promptly removed. Don't fuck with us, as it will be the last thing you do. Best regards, your friendly rebel neighbor. You know what? I was helping you douchebags, but now I'm kinda pissed. I don't know who to support now. Cause these guys are dickholes. And I don't like them. But let's see. You know what? I'm gonna try to be as neutral as possible. Wellsprin's son declares bankruptcy. 200 employees lose their jobs. Small furniture, blah blah blah. Wellsprin's son closed. The company had been steadily losing money over the last 5 years before finally shutting the factories. Walton and Son employed around 200 people. This is newsworthy. A large number of unemployed citizens just got larger as well. Goes bankrupt. As much as the government pissed me off, the rebels kind of pissed me off as well now. Phil, you want to take this one? Julie's getting really suspicious. Anne is not so much. Frank is a lot. Phil, you wanna get this? He does. President's birthday? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Customs fight back against countrymen. Let me see this. A huge number of important movies were seized by customs officials last night. The movies in question were all foreign productions that have never made it to the Westport's movie market. Many of the movies are labeled as subversive propaganda by the government. Smuggling is smuggling. These items are illegal for reasons, said a representative regarding the event. Government stops importing. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Hey, Phil, you take this one. Or no, Anne. Anne, you take this one. I gave it to Frank by accident. President protects Westport against rising terrorism. President isolates the North while leaving everyone else to fend for themselves. I don't want to piss off the government too much. Bombing by the southern docks. Vicious bombing by the southern docks kills innocent civilians. I'm gonna go with that. Police have made 4 arrests. Suspect rebel in 1. These people were injured. 2 were found dead. Placed inside small liquor store. I'm gonna make a report on this. Obviously, the rebels aren't so, you know, great. So I'm gonna give it to Frank. Maybe that will get his suspicion down. Yeah, Julie still has a bit to go. Local factory hires scabs. Local shell factories attention to work women into the workplace. The owner described this as both with the times and cost effective. Local factory hires women workers. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, why not? It sounds like a positive thing. Julie, you wanna take this one? Alright. I did that. I went a little bit more neutral this week because, you know, rebels pissed me off and also suspicion is getting high. So I'm gonna go to the layout. Alright, so bombing. Definitely front page material. Second page. Let's go with the local factory. Government stops, imported movies, third page, and last page is the bankruptcy. The company. Okay. So let's see, we have crime. Crime and societal, so we should target the southern docks a bit more this time. I'm gonna make it a little balanced, maybe like 35%, and the rest of it could be, yeah, the rest of it should be the western districts because there's a lot of crime in this issue. So, yeah, hopefully that'll target some of the audience in the middle class as well. This president of ours is a real man, is a real fine man, isn't he? Are you being sarcastic right now? No, why would I be? He's a good man through and through. Why else would he pay respect to our elders like he did earlier this week? You mean the elders who spent their youth killing anyone who wasn't us? Yeah, they seem to like folks you should pay respects to. Oh come on, it was war. It's not like people didn't die on our side. Wait, Frank is saying that? Also, the Loyalist Party had nothing to do with that war. So why would you attack the president for that? I think Phil was supposed to be saying that. That's a bug, probably. But okay. 6 weeks left until the bill comes into effect. And then we'll all be sent to the camps where we get killed, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, the re-education camps await us, probably. Salt papers, that's good. I wanted to, yeah, definitely get some in the southern docks. And it's good that my popularity is rising in the western districts. Opinions are good at the lower classes, that's good. Suspicion is going up, obviously. Popularity went up. Rebel sentiment is going up as well. Do I have any mail? No mail, really? Wow. Confidence in the police grows. Movie theaters shut down by the government. Travel industries, fashion designer, secret lover. Nah. Unemployment rises. Unemployment has skyrocketed to the last figure. Nah, unemployment rises. Let's keep it simple. More and more. A new study shows that currently 37% population. Wow. 32% of the working population do not make enough to support their families. Worse off, the inhabitants of the southern docks where unemployment is at around 43%. Yes, we're printing this. Phil. Phil, just do it. Do it. Just print that shit. Print the truth, Phil. You're a journalist, for fuck's sake. Wow. Wow, suspicion of Julie's getting big. We should definitely keep her under... Maybe if I could make Julie do this. Yeah. Yeah, confidence in police force. Definitely we should give this to Julie so our suspicion goes down. Trust me, it's for your own good, Julie. I don't want you to post this, but I'm trying to keep you out of, like, the re-education camps and jail, you know. So, trust me on this one. Bombing by the sun... Again? Didn't I just report this? Okay. But, fine. Let's see, who should we give it? We should give this... you know what, I'm gonna report on something new. Didn't I do this? Oh, no, this is a little newer one. The update on Ramova Industries. Claimed that our company has lost 38,000 million Liber this year, making it Ramova's third fiscal year in a row with negative earnings. The company claims that this will not affect their latest venture. Yeah, let's do the industry one. Frank, take this one. Cause that's not too bad. How's Anne's suspicion? Anne is fine. And I just reported this, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Why is it back again? Alright, movie theater shut down by the government. Local small government shut down by police. Nah, I want to keep it this. And I'm gonna give it to Anne. Alright. Proceed to layouts this time. I think this is good. Some of them are actually news that I reported before, so I don't know. Unemployment rises. Front page, definitely. And movie theater shut down by the government for second page. Wrongable industries. And for last page, confidence in police grows. Because, you know, Alright, so Southern Docks definitely we should get the majority of marketing, 60%. Eastern Society should get like 35, maybe 5% for the Western District. Let's go a little below. Maybe 10% for Western Districts, because there's some things that would interest them. The middle class. So, okay. What do you want, Julie? Julie, are you gonna say anything? No? The silent type, I see. So, the weather's nice. I never thought we'd have so little to talk about that we'd have to resort to talking about the weather. It's not my fault, the government's really, like, on our necks. Well, it's been a slow news week. At least that means that there isn't anything crazy going on in Westport for once. At least not that we know of. Seeing how you just jinxed everything, I don't think it'll continue to be that way for long. Probably not. So, week 7. Alright. 5 weeks left. Let's see what's new. Did anything go down last time? Wow. Wow, there we go, nice! Our opinion is really high, popularity is really high in the Southern Docks and Eastern Factories. Good! So now maybe we should try to target these guys. I don't know. Maybe. But rebel opinion is loud, suspicion is really rising. I should really do something about that. I should really decrease that. You got mail. Dear editor, I'm afraid that things have gone too far for me personally and I've decided to resign. I simply cannot bring myself to write articles that promote anarchy and terrorism anymore. Best regards, Phil. Oh, fuck you too, Phil. You're denied. Get in the denied article. Bomb disrupts rally. Tragedy strikers as a bombing occurred during the political rally in Westport districts. Casualties and the responsible police have brought several local political groups for questioning. Despite of cleaning alibis, all the arrestees remain in custody. Police leaves witch hunt after bombing. You know what? Now that Phil is gone, I'm gonna increase my. Okay, fine. Don't report it. Fine. How about if I change the title? Would that make it better? And oh, come on, Anne. Fine. Okay, so protests, bar brawl in Western districts. Yeah, we can write about that. Sure, I'm gonna give this to Julie. Yeah. Rommel Industries, movie star, minor car accidents, Rommel outsources to underdeveloped countries. Frank, you wanna write about this? I think that looks good. I mean, we don't need to... I don't wanna screw up anything right now with the news. I don't wanna censor too much. I don't wanna change the title too much. Simply because the government's breathing down our necks. Need build to make sure cinemas show proper material. How about we give that to Frank? Or Anne? Yeah. Oh, come on, Anne, why don't you want to write about this? Why? Is it because suspicion is rising? What do you want to write about? You don't want to... Huh. Hang on. Maybe protests? Do you want to write about that? Hang on. Protests... Ugh, fine. Hang on. If I change the title, how about that? Attempted rebel riot. See? For fuck's sake, man. And you're pissing me off. Alright, fine. I'll make you write about a movie star. How about that? How about that? Fine. Write about that, Anne. And today will be, how about we give the celebrity a little, front page news. Industrial and crime. So today we'll be targeting, this week we'll be targeting northern districts, northern suburbs I mean, some of western districts, and eastern factories, and a little bit of society, southern docks. No, hang on. I think that looks better. Okay, let's do it. Is it just me, or is there an increasing amount of vandalism all around town? I've noticed it too. Can't barely walk anywhere without passing broken windows or destroyed trash cans. Just walking outside seems unsafe right now, especially with riots starting anywhere at any time. Yeah, even I'm feeling insecure going along through the southern docks at night nowadays. Well, that sucks. Week 8. 4 weeks left. Oh man. Well, let's see what happens today, this week. So sold some papers over there, popularity went down in some of these places. That's okay though, we'll get them back. Just as suspicion goes down. So suspicion went up a little bit, that's fine. Popularity went up. And no opinion, that's good. That was fine, I got mail. Give it to me. Respected editor, it has recently come to our attention that your paper to the Westport Independent seems to have problems understanding the guidelines provided by the lawless government in advance of the introduction of the public culture bill. We assure you that these guidelines are absolute, and if your paper continues to neglect them, countermeasures will be taken. Well, you get denied. What's this one? Oh yeah, same thing. Why was there 2? Okay, well, fine. 10 people reported still missing. You know what? I'm gonna report this. Police stay silent about... You know... Didn't I do this already? Yeah. Crazy gunmen's... Whoa. Tragedy strikers... Murder occurred in the northern suburbs. Lone perpetrator broke into one of the homes, shooting the residents with a shotgun. Victims of the Romulan manager, Carlson and his wife daughter. The killer who was caught soon afterwards was a former Romulan employee and suspected rebel. Vindictive rebel kills family of 4 in their sleep. Crazed gunman. Let's keep it that. Frank, you wanna write about this? Fine, you don't wanna write about that. How about Anne? Anne wants to write about that. Fine. President protects Westport citizens against rising terrorism. Presidents visit school. New health study shows benefit of tobacco. No. New committee to monitor. I'm gonna deny these articles. Why are they coming back? Multiple industrial giants suspected of having connections to violent gang. Vile rags, underground puppet masters of Westport Industries. I'm gonna go with this. Recent information from an anonymous source implicates several of Westport's major businesses of affiliating with the Vile Rags. As the city's most infamous criminal gang, the Vile Rags are suspected of involvement in over 100 crimes last year alone. Amongst the suspected companies is Romuald, which owns several businesses throughout Westport. Frank, you wanna give this a try? You do. Maybe I should give it to Julie. Presence protects Westport's new community monitor. Keep his contacts in comic books. You know what? I'm gonna give this to Julie. Julie, write about this. I think that's fine. Let's proceed to layout. Crazed gunman, definitely. That should be the front. I mean, yeah, when somebody murders a lot of prominent people, that should be front page news. Oh wait, no, hang on. Let's see, and this for the third page, second page, sorry, and third page is this. All right, let's go to marketing. Southern Docks, give it like 30%. Definitely give some to Eastern factories as well, and Western districts, and 10% over here in the northern suburbs, because we got a little industrial stuff going on too. So let's do it. Did you catch the game last night? Yeah, caught it on the radio. That last goal was brilliant! Me and my husband were shouting at the top of our ears when they won. Did you catch the game, Julie? Oh no, sports are not really my thing. Really? Didn't know there was anyone in Westport who wasn't keeping up with the finals. Honestly, I don't really need to follow the game to keep track of how it's going. I just need to open a window during a game night and all the shouts will tell me how the game went. That's true. That is absolutely true. Week 9. 3 weeks left. Okay. So, what else is new? Alright, sold papers. Ooh, nice. So, our popularity went up in the lower classes, and Western districts sold some papers as well. Our popularity went up a lot in the northern suburbs. Wow, that's cool. Opinion didn't go up though. But okay, that's fine. Oh, good. We went to 5+ loyalists, really? How do we do that? I didn't print anything that was that much pro-loyalist, but it's good that we got our suspicion down. Most respected editor, the vicious slanders your so-called newspaper printed out about us being related to violent gangs is repulsive. If you continue to write such garbage, you will be forced to take legal action. Oh, I'm so scared! Screw you, Romuald Industries. Customs fight back against contraband. Movie star has gained weight. Taxes to be lowered thanks to the government effort. Broken fab properties by the Eastern factories. Factory exploitation district. Let's keep it simple with this. Frank? Alright, fine. Frank doesn't want to report on that. Julie, you want to report on this? You do. Good. That'll keep the suspicion down. Taxes to be lowered thanks to government effort. Frank, you wanna report on that? Really? What does it say? New proposal by the lowest government will lower taxes for hiring. This decrease will affect the economic support of the public schools and hospitals. Lowest government believes in rewarding hard work. However, the current taxation does just the opposite. The president commented. Oh, well, if the president said that, then it's okay. Here, the glorious leader has said something. Print that, Frank. Mercury found in a fish from Southern Docks. Yeah, we should report on that. Definitely. Not the movie star! Mercury! This morning, a shipment of fish from the docks was found to contain a dosage of mercury exceeding the national guidelines. Viewed as potential health hazard, the shipment was confiscated. Medical officials, however, confirmed that those dosages are still below lethal amounts. The public is advised to avoid purchasing fish from the southern docks. Fish from the southern docks could kill you. I don't want to say that. Let's cross it out, because I don't want southern docks to get affected like that. Definitely want to leave those in. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. And you want to do this? Alright, let's proceed to layout. Factory explosion definitely should be the front page. Mercury found. Yeah, and the last page should be government's taxation. Alright. So, we got a lot of industrial and societal stuff. Eastern factories gets more marketing. We got some crime. Should give some 10% to Western districts. Societal and some crime 20% to over here. Let's give it 20%. Yeah. And the rest of it should go to the northern suburbs. That's fine. Looks good. So let's publish. Well, I think I'll be staying off seafood for a while. They couldn't have had worse timing either. We just bought 8 pounds of fresh fish that we now have to throw in the trash. Well, to be fair, anything that has actually managed to survive in the river thus could probably outlast a hydrogen bomb. Wow. Yeah, I heard that workers at the factories are told to dump whatever waste they can find in that river. I've noticed some of the factories around our apartment look and smell worse than the southern dock sewers. Wow, that sucks. We should report on that! Don't you guys think? I think we should. But okay. Week 10, 2 weeks left. Let's see what's gonna happen. Wow. Okay, that's good. Mars' popularity is really going down in the southern docks. But, increasing in the northern suburbs at least. Opinion, not so much. Suspicion went down, we went to loyalist, one side. Alright, now let me, make some rebel sentiments. Lower taxes because your money belongs to you. We want loyalist government to believe that us stealing your money for taxes is wrong. We also feel that it's wrong, yet you should pay more just because you earn more. That's why we lower the taxes. Let people choose what to pay for. Well, that's great and all, but sadly taxes sometimes are kind of required, but okay. Rebels influence Westport papers. New law to combat illegal workers. 28 people were arrested for protesting. Police stop rebel riot in progress. I'm gonna, yeah. Definitely want to leave this in. Alright, so... Anne... You wanna... Oh, come on, Anne. Anne, do it! Just... do it. Okay. Frank should get something low-key. Didn't we do this about the fluoride? Denied. Fluoride article is denied. New combat illegal workers. Government revokes employment for people born outside of Westport. I think I'll keep that in. It will require all workers to bring social security before being hired. Employers will also be charged for employing refugees or citizens lacking citizenship. I'm gonna give this to Frank. You wanna do that? Or should I give it to Julie? I don't know. Let's see. New youth group founded to educate the nation's children. Rebels influence Westport papers. Today, police started an investigation into... this is due to a large number of suspected rebel letters being found at the now vacated Northern Herald. Signed friendly rebel neighbors, several of the letters contain reference to various acts of terror. This is why we need a public cultural bill. Let's cross that out. And hang on. What should our headline be? Police scare populace with the conspiracy theory. Hey, you wanna take this, Julie? I think you should. I think that's good. Protesting. And conspiracy theories. And new law to combat illegal workers. I think that's good. And let's go to... the Western District should get a little bit more marketing. The Eastern Docks definitely should get a lot more. And... or maybe, you know what? Hang on. Let's balance this out a little bit more. And some in Northern Districts. There we go. I think that looks better. Definitely. Gosh, I'm tired. I had to get up early to get back some money to a friend of mine borrowed so I can pay my rent. Why'd you have to do it so early in the morning? Well, he works in one of the ramen factories and his shift begins very early. Yeesh, I'm happy I don't have to work there. You gotta survive somehow. I'm personally very happy that I can stay out of the factories. They're pretty much doing slave work over there. Well, at least you're doing some sort of work here too, right, Frank? But, to be honest, you might get taken into the prison after the end of the public education bill or public communications bill. Suspicion went up, but just by a little bit. Rebel sentiment went up. Popularity went up. Really nice. Nice. That's good. Suspicion is still on the middle. That's fine. Movie star, pulp writer starts cult. What the fuck? Pulp writer Peter E. Roberts has gained some new popularity by claiming to have unlocked psychic powers, offering to share the secrets. I don't want to print stupid-ass shit like this. Denied. New park planned for the Southern Docks. Let's see. New park leaves hundreds of people's homeless. New park is planned for the Southern Docks in preparation for the next year's sports festival. The government will make room for the park by demolishing nearby apartment complexes. The apartments currently house 500 people. Definitely should print this. Hey, and take it. Oh, come on. Frank can't do it. Julie can do it. Okay. Julie can definitely do that. Westport police shuts down smuggling ring. Police attack Southern Docks Market. Let's see. Yesterday morning, police raided a market located in Southern Docks. According to the police, the market is suspected of harboring multiple black market vendors. The market will be closed off for a month to repair damage caused by the raid. Many inhabitants of the Southern Docks rely on the market's cheap goods to survive. Yeah, it's definitely... Wait, no, I don't want to cross that. Yeah. I think Anne should report this. Anne definitely report that. Frank. What should Frank do? I think... I don't want Frank to get really suspicious by the government, so I'm gonna make him do the movie star thing. Wait, does it have anything bad in it? It's claimed that Finn drunkenly left in a cab. Yeah, that's fine. Here, Frank, celebrity news for you, buddy. Just so you don't get thrown in prison. This, definitely, in the front page. Westport smuggling ring and movie star, blah blah blah. So we got some celebrity. So Western District should get the most of the marketing, 40%, and Southern Docks should get a little bit more. Eastern factories should get a smaller this time, 10%, and Northern. Or you know what? No, keep this 10%, keep this 15%. That's better. Definitely. Alright. I went to an interview yesterday. They were looking for translators down at the Western Publishing, but didn't seem to go badly, and the pay's decent. You're already planning to leave? Why not? We're gonna get closed down in a couple of weeks anyway. A gal's gotta eat. You really think that'll last? You know they're already talking about closing the borders. It'll only be a matter of time. Well, what will you do then, Frank? What exactly is your plan B? Christ, I don't know. The plant, maybe? They're always looking for people, or maybe the docks once the shit's blown over. Truth be told, I never really thought it through. Always expected I'd stay here. Yeah, me too, but a gal's gotta eat. So that's pretty much a good foreshadowing saying that we might actually get shut down. We'll see. Alright. At least we are really popular though, so can the government just... What? Our popularity went down? Oh, screw you people. Seriously. All you southern people, Southern Docks people, and northern suburbs, you guys suck. It's 16th of May, 1949, Day of the Public Cultural Bill. In the northern suburbs, what? The Loyalist Party is hosting a small outdoor celebration for the introduction of the Public Culture Bill. Wait, what happened? A big banner with the words, but for property in media hangs over a small stage set up for the event. Wait, I didn't even target the northern suburbs that much, so why... I don't know. So far, the celebration has been consisted of a small speech from the president, followed by a local children's choir singing in the national anthem. Outside the celebrations, loyalist banners and flags fly high throughout the entire district. Oh, so I didn't do that much to... I see. It's a symbol of unified people with not a single disloyal citizen to be seen throughout the district. So, yeah, basically, since I didn't target the northern districts that much, I didn't sway that much opinion in the northern suburbs. Okay, so that's I see. By the western districts, the public culture bill has gone unnoticed. People have gone to work as usual, but no sound from the rebels all day. If anything, the district is showing its loyalist cause more boldly than usual, with multiple stores and restaurants displaying the government propaganda in their windows. Despite the lack of action from the rebels, the police are taking no chances and have increased security around the government buildings in the district. However, considering the overwhelming support the loyalists have in the district, the reinforcements seem more like an open threat toward the few defiant than protection against enemy forces. So yeah, we didn't do that much marketing the western districts either. I mean, we did a little bit, but not as much as the eastern or southern factories. So, let's see what happens there. At the eastern factories, almost all industries have been shut down by rioters. Wow. Shattered windows, cut fences, and vandalized goods can be seen all over the district. There are also reports of a truck blowing up in the outskirts of the district. The rioters themselves seem to be mostly workers of the district armed with pipes, wrenches, and hammers. A trail of destruction lies in their wake, with messages written in coal tar left on the dusty brick walls of the factories. From what we know, the police are on their way. What we do not know, however, is how they plan on stopping the rioters. So yeah, we caused a lot of shit down there, obviously. But what about the southern docks? Over by the southern docks, the rebellion has struck hard. Shouts of "Workers rise, bring the loyalist demise" echo through the streets. The sidewalks are filled with torn up government propaganda. Shattered glass and occasional policemen are either dead or beaten within an inch of his life. Wow. One of their lifeless bodies hangs from the top of a lamppost with the sign "Censor This" dangling from the neck. The streets themselves are packed with protesters and rioters armed with pipes, bats, and broken bottles. Wow. So yeah, because it stirred up a lot of shit down there. At the front, a couple of protesters have tied with a sheet with a raised fist painted in red between the broken broomsticks. As they march on down the streets, the spirit of rebellion continues to spread throughout the district. I wonder if I caused a rebellion throughout all the districts, would I have caused a revolution? I don't know. But at the same time, the rebels aren't so, so great either. They kind of pissed me off. With that letter they sent me, they really did. While the city is as busy as ever, a small newspaper called the Westport Independent soldiers on. Yay! The paper has its fair share of ups and downs lately, but no matter what hardship it faces, it just keeps on standing. Fuck yeah, dude! At least our paper is doing good. Like, even in this troubled world, we're doing fine. Of the many rumors circulating about the paper's missing employees, there are a few that keep reoccurring. One of them that concerns a young man leading the riot at a local police station. Witnesses claim they arrived early in the morning, rallying the other side of the steel fence, all armed with placards and pipes. It was clear that a civil protest wasn't their intention even before the officers tried to intervene. Nobody knows who threw the first Molotov, but everybody was witness to the first chaos that unfolded. A few hours later, it had died down, with many of the participants having fled or laying wounded or dead. The only thing remaining is the burning rubble of one line of graffiti lit up by the flames. Wow. Witnesses have reported seeing a mysterious woman carrying a Westport Independent press badge at different spots across... Is this... I think that was Frank! It was talking about Frank! And now it's talking about... Maybe Julie? Hold on. She had been seen in the middle of action, dodging blows while taking pictures with a camera. Some also claim that she was also writing things down in a notepad while asking questions and aiding the wounded. Yeah, I think this is Julie. Authorities have so far failed to apprehend her, but whether or not she's affiliated with any side in this conflict remains unclear. I asked the broad question, "Why in the hell are you doing this?" a witness stated. She just looked at me, dumbfounded by my question, and said, Well, in the case the world doesn't end tonight, somebody's gotta write this down. This could definitely be Julie, because she has rebel sentiments, but... I don't know. Phil. Oh, police are still searching for one of the paper's journalists, Phil, who has been reported missing from his home. According to the statement from neighbors, he arrived earlier at the apartment he shares with his brother, seemingly frantic. Neighbors were growing suspicious after they heard a set of heavy thuds and sounds from the apartment and went to investigate, suspecting looters. I think he got killed by rebels, didn't he? Witnesses claim that when they arrived, the apartment was trashed, furniture smashed to pieces, shattered glass everywhere, and clothes scattered across the floor. The signs of a struggle were evident, but neither the journalist nor his brother were anywhere to be found. If anyone has any information about their current whereabouts, please contact Westport Police. It could be the rebels. Definitely. But why? I mean, he quit the paper, so he didn't write too much about pro-government stuff either. I don't know. I'm not sure about Phil's fate. What the hell happened there? Could it be the police? I don't think so. Like the secret police? I don't know. But anyways, in the east, witnesses reported seeing a middle-aged woman marching the description of one of the paper's employees. I think this is Anne. Yeah, because she's the middle-aged one, isn't she? She, together with several other civilians, have set up blockades adjacent to the fighting. Oh no, this could be Julie. To the fighting by stacking broken doors and furniture. Behind the blockade, they are offering shelter to people who are seeking refuge from the violence shaking the streets. Although police have denounced these sections as rebel activity, the people behind the barricades seem to offer little in the way of conflict. Instead, they seem to focus on keeping it out. Whether the woman is one of the paper's employees, I can't read it, really. I think the journalists have ruined things enough, a witness claims stated when prompted. So, I think that might have been Anne. Yeah, because she was more neutral than anything else. But, it was a good game, but I think it was a little too short. I definitely wanted to keep on going. And as much as I tried, I didn't feel that bonded to my journalist that much. Mainly because there wasn't enough time, I think. And also at the same time, I feel like the game could have been a lot better if I could, like, you know those coffee break moments that we had after every publishing? I think it would have been better if I could also, like, chime in and offer my opinion. I could say something pro-loyalist, I could say something pro-rebel, I could say something neutral, or I could say something like, just keep on doing your jobs and keep your head down, or things like that. And give, like, an opinion that could raise the comfort levels of the journalists. You know, that could affect the comfort levels of the journalists depending on what you say. Because, I mean, you know, there should be some interaction with your workers. You're the editor, you're their boss. You know, you should be able to interact with them non-work hours. Well, you know, during the work hours, but during a non-working moment, if you ask me. But yeah, I don't think it took advantage of that. I think it could have, and it could have been longer, to be honest. But yeah, still though, it had a great concept. It just executed kind of poorly, in a sense. I think it could have done more. But yeah, definitely a cool game. I'm not sure if it's worth the price though. It's like $10 for, you know, for how many? I think it was like 1 hour that I played this. So yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.